In this video, I'm going to talk about normal flow in web pages. Browsers usually render your web page code line by line, and it appears in the way or in the order that each element is appearing in your HTML file. For example, if you have an h1 tag followed by an h2 tag, then the h1 line will appear, then the h2 line will appear. Since it is a block element, that means it will appear in the next element. Whereas if you have an inline element, it will appear in the same line. Now, if you can go to chapter 8, hands-on 8.1, I'm going to open this file, box 1, and there is nothing going on in this, nothing much going on in this one. If you just want to open it up, just the copyright information right there. And I'm going to put some information in here. For example, toDiv tag with a class name with div1, and I'm going to put the div n tag, and I'm going to say this is the first box. Okay, then I'm going to put another div and name it to div2, and I'm going to say this is the second box. You know that div tag is a block element, so it would simply appear as 2 lines. So I'm going to save it and see that in the in Firefox. Now I'm going to add some embedded CSS in the head section to configure the boxes. What I'm going to do is I'm going to add some new style rules for each of these class which are named div1 and div2, and put a dash border and some other things so that it would appear as a box. So I'm going to put a border also. So as you know, you would put all the styling here. Since it is defined as class, you need to say dot div1 open close bracket, and I'm going to add some rules here. Width equals 200 width 200 pixel, height 200 pixel, and to make it go fast, I'm going to copy and paste the other things I have here. You can pause the video and type all this in. So we have a background color for this div area, and then border, it's a dash border with black color, 3 pixels, and padding, so you don't want the text appearing next to the margin, so we are putting some padding in. So the same way I'm going to create a rule for let me see how it looks before we go to the next. So what you are seeing is the div tag, we made that div element to be 200 by 200 pixel width height and a kind of a bluish background with dashed border. And I'm going to put the similar styling to the next one, the div2, and I'm going to make it smaller, the second one, and maybe instead of dash, I would say rich, and padding, and maybe margin 10 pixel. Height, width, border, background color, you are putting it as just white. All right. So you have this information in a 100 by 100 white box, and we put a margin, so it's appearing 10 pixel, and there is a 5 pixel padding here too. So basically what is happening is, in the normal flow of div tag is, the first thing in the div or the tag appear and then the next thing follows. That is the normal flow. And you can have nested elements. That's what I wanted to do with the next one. If you wanted to go and open the box 2 from your 8.1, it's very similar. I'm just going to the next one is also dashed in here. That's fine. So if you, it's very similar to what we have before. Now what I want you to show is how the nested element work. What it means, I'm going to put the second div inside the first div. So I'm going to control X, that is, I cut it and I'm going to paste it here, control V. So this is the div, outer div, and inside you have the inner div. Okay, and see how it, so this is the normal flow. Normal flow means you have a div element and it has the content, and then it has another div with all the formatting that we specified. So if you launch that, you can see that this appeared inside, because the div which represents div 1, which represents this outer box, is the outer tag compared to this inner tag or inner div 2. So it appears in the normal flow. That concludes the practice 8.1.